can get people to imagine will be perceived by them as being their own thought, and therefore they will not resist it. So one of the arts of being a master persuader is knowing when to be specific and when to be vague. You see, let me start showing you my artistic abilities. Let's slide this closer. All right? It's like this. Your client, your prospect, whoever it is you want to influence, is not coming to you with a blank slate. People don't come to you in a state of open-minded curiosity, usually, generally speaking. And even if they appear to, there are other filters that are down in front of them in their consciousness that are going to usually get in their way. So let's talk about how that works. Let me tell you a little story. This was, what was the big banking crisis? 2008? Just before that happened, my accountant gave me a call and said, you know, you have until April 15th to make another contribution to your retirement account, so go make a contribution. So I walk into my trusty bank, which is Washington Mutual. Does anyone remember Washington Mutual? It used to exist, right? I'm not making any of this up. This is absolutely word for word true. I walk into the bank, and I go to the financial services guy, and I said, I want to make a contribution to my retirement account. And he said, what level of risk? I said, I want something very conservative. He said, I got a great company here. They're called AIG. For those of you who don't know, AIG was a company, an insurance company that went under. It had to be bailed out to the tune of what? $600 billion. They went back. Anyway, he said, I'm not making any of this up. He said, I said, AIG, tell me about them. He said, don't worry, they've got assets like you won't believe. Well, it turns out AIG was cooking the books, and I shouldn't have believed the assets because the assets were bullshit. Here's my point. Over that weekend, Washington Mutual disappeared. It went away. Chase bought them up for like 10 cents on the dollar. Remember the phrase, you can take that to the bank, or it's like money in the bank? That's out the window. So one of the problems you have when people come to you is people have a legitimate, fully justifiable mistrust of institutions. Yep. Mistrust of institutions. They're justifiably filled with mistrust. Now you may say, I'm not an institution. That may be true, but nonetheless, that mistrust of something that used to, that rock solid foundation that used to be there, that now is gone, that mistrust is going to extend to anything when it comes to parting with cash. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Any challenges or questions about this? I welcome challenges and questions. No? So there's a mistrust of institutions. And if you represent an institution, insurance company, bank, anything like that, well, you're in for a big one. Second thing